I haven't been on Twitter a lot because I deleted it off my phone and my iPad, but I have it on my computer and I go like once every couple days when I'm bored. I was just on it and I saw a bunch of like everything that I just haven't seen in a while. But most like specifically, and the reason that I'm here, I saw so much like AI stuff, so much stuff about the heat wave in France, and it just like I remembered I just can't grasp using AI. Do you know what I mean? Like I just there's just so many things about it that are just bad and horrible that all of its like uses don't feel worth it, if that makes sense. Like I can't deal with the fact that like the people who use it know that it's probably not good and know that it's causing a lot of harm, but they still do it just because they're like lazy. That's like the only reason. And I don't know if I'm missing something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if everyone's in on this like information that I was just never told about AI and like that's why everyone uses it, or if everyone is really just dumb and I just grew up assuming that everyone had common sense and was, I don't know, smart, or not even smart, but like a normal amount of like and I'm not. This isn't me saying that I'm like really smart. I'm like an average amount of smart, okay? But I would 100% rather be dumb on my own than dumb with AI. Because anyone who uses AI is just dumb in my head. It's like, they're just never gonna be. You can try to convince me, but the second that you say you use AI, I'm just like, oh, well, okay. It, like, I just can't grasp the idea of, like, not, and I'm saying this as someone who before, like, we even found out that it was this harmful before it started advancing so much, I used it last year for my Italian homework, you know, and it didn't help me at all because I was just using it for my Italian homework. I was just, like, putting in the prompts, it would give me the answers and I would turn it in and that's it. Like, I wasn't learning. So then when I went into Italian this year, I was kind of like, I don't remember anything because I wasn't actively learning. I was just putting it in, you know? And I, like, noticed how, I mean, I am, like, advancing Italian, but I've just noticed how much more I'm learning this year than last year because I just, after I found out everything bad about it, I stopped using it. Like, you know, a sensible person would. It just, like, I guess I overestimated how considerate other people are about not just themselves, but also, like, the world. And how I just assume that everyone wants to be good and wants to have good intentions and wants to be, like, the best that they can for the world, I guess. I assume that. I thought that, like, just that, yeah, that, like, growing, I don't know, I've yet to hear one good, logical argument for why someone uses it. I've yet to hear, like, one that I'm like, okay, like, I can understand. I can't understand any of it because it's just all so stupid. It's all always just, like, well, it just makes everything easier, and you save so much time, and you're just in a rush all the time, and yeah, I'm not gonna blame you for that. That's the way that our world is. We always have to do something. We always have to be productive. We always have to use our time wisely. Like, we're always like running. Just calm down. Work through it. Build skill, build intelligence, like grow, you know? You're not doing that. You're just putting it in, and then you're just going on with your day to consume more slop. I just get frustrated and honestly kind of sad whenever I find out or hear about anyone close to me using it. Because you see all these things on social media about certain kind of people, and you see all these things on Twitter, and you're just always thinking, you're like, oh, that's crazy that there's people out there. I've never been surrounded by that. I've never met people like that. And then you find out that, like, someone you know uses AI. And, like, people are like, this sounds so dramatic, and this sounds like, oh, you really, like, change your perception of people, like, when you find out. Yes, 100%, because it's not just the use of AI, but it's also, like, where are your morals? Where's your compassion? Where is anything that has any, like, common sense? Do you have any of that? It doesn't seem like it. And I don't know. But it just sucks, I guess. And people bring it up around me, because they know that it frustrates me and it pisses me off. But it's like a joke. It's like just another thing that Lupita is really passionate about. Just another one of her things, you know? I've always been very opinionated. This is no different. But this is like, every opinion that I've had has been like, any argument that I've made, any debate that I've had with anyone, everyone around me who I'm close with has agreed with. You know what I mean? They're on that side. And it's just like regular stuff, like human rights and LGBTQ and abortion and, you know, all those things. It's just, this is the first time that I'm on different sides with a lot of people. And now I'm like, I feel like I'm back in 7th grade when I was arguing with, like, kids about opinions and, like, whatever. I guess I just don't want this to be the reason that I stop being friends with people, or I stop being around people. But it's also like, the more we learn about it and the more harm it causes, and you're still using it, what does that say about you, you know? What does that say about what kind of person you are? And is that the kind of person that I want to be around? Is that the kind of person that I want to spend my time with? It sounds dramatic, but it's also like, if you're going to force it on me, I'm not going to spend my time with people who are surrounded by it, with people who are consuming that, you know? It just sucks, because it's being marketed as this tool, as something that's supposed to help you evolve, help you grow. And it's doing the exact opposite. It's stunting your growth. It's stunting your development as a person, you know? Sorry, what are you looking for? There's nothing there. Oh, you were looking for my hand. Sorry, this is Valkyrie. But yeah, what was I on? Yeah, it's stunting your growth as a person. Like, who are you gonna be in 10 years after using AI for all that time? What kind of person are you gonna be? Is it someone that I'm gonna want to spend time with? Is it someone who's gonna, like, have common sense and, like, side note, I think I have, like, breathing problems or something, because I am always taking really deep breaths. I think I just talk too fast and I forget to breathe. See? But, yeah, I don't know. It just sucks. It really sucks, and God, because I don't have social media on my phone, I just have Facebook, because of Facebook Marketplace. And, like, sometimes I'll, like, just scroll on my feed, and there's so much garbage. There's so much slop. There's so much that's so fake, and it's very obvious. But I'll look in the comments, and everyone just believes it, and everyone's just like, ah. Like, it's just, I understand why so many adults are so stupid. I really do. I'm starting to understand why everyone is just like, you listen to them say one sentence, and you're like, and do you ever look someone in the eyes and you just kind of see a little bit of stupid in them? And I don't mean this in like a like ableist disability way. I mean this in a genuine, like, not like born with it, not like none of that. I mean this in like a, oh, like you are a dumb person because of how you live your life. And I understand after seeing what so many, like, parents and adults are consuming on social media, I understand why they're so stupid. And this makes me sound like I think I'm the smartest girl in the whole world. I'm not, and I don't think that at all. But, I mean, like I said earlier, I'd rather be stupid on my own than stupid with AI. You know, because it's still something that I'm doing. I can take full credit for my stupidity. You can't. And I don't care. It, like, I don't know. And it just really, really pisses me off that it's, God, there's just so much harm to it, you know? There's so many things that are just bad about it. So many things. And also, oh God, there's also so many, like, arguments that you can make against it that make you sound like a conspiracy theorist. But it's also, like, why would it be pushed on us so much if it wasn't to slow us down as a society? Why would it be pushed on us so we don't have to think for ourselves? Because you think for yourself, it's harder for you. It's harder for them, the government and billionaires and, you know, everyone who... It's so much easier to control a population when they're stupid. That's a very obvious thing. Everyone knows that. And that's what's happening. That's what's gonna happen, you know? And it's also like, something comes out that the population, like, that no one likes, you can claim it to be AI. You can claim it to be fake. You can, they were starting to do that with the Epstein files. They were literally saying, oh, those are fake, those aren't real, with our president being in those photos. They're 100% real, and everyone knows that, but them just saying that is like, it's an easy get out, it's an easy escape. That obviously they would be wanting to push this thing that would help them in the long run, you know? There's that. There's data centers and water use. Oh my God. Why is that not, like, a bigger deal to people? Why, when you bring up how much water data centers use and how much it's taking away from people, they just brush it off as like whatever. Hasn't affected me, doesn't affect me, it's not my problem. So many people live like that. So many people live as like oh yeah, that sucks, but it's not happening to me. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing until it happens to me, and then I get mad, you know? And it like and now like temperatures are rising even more. Like in France, like I was talking about, it's like insanely hot and people are dying. And like you don't put two and two together and be like, oh, maybe this is because of like all the AI or data centers. Maybe that's like a big contributor. No. This is just how the world is. Like the world goes through climates and it's fine. God, it blows my mind. Like it really like I can't grasp how stupid every argument is, you know? And I can never everything to do with art, everything to do with trying to make it seem like it's a real art and trying to say that like, oh, I made this with AI, so I'm an artist. No, you're not. You're just someone who used a computer. You're just someone who wrote in a prompt, you know? Yeah, it just sucks because I think it makes me more mad because it's so close to me than I thought. It's closer to me than I thought that it would ever be, you know? It's just farted. Are you serious? But yeah, it's so much. I think that's why, I would be mad either way if it wasn't so close to me, but I think it just sucks. Why do you keep putting it in there? And she keeps putting her bone in between the cushions and then tries to dig it out. And she can't get it. And she's like, she's silly. But yeah, I just didn't realize how many people around me. Like, I don't know. I really do think that I overestimated how smart people are. I thought that as a society and as grown-ups, you kind of have like a certain common sense. You kind of have a certain set of ideals that's just kind of implemented you just with growing up and being around people and learning. And I just assumed it's my fault, I guess. It's my fault for assuming, but I guess I just thought that, yeah, like, this is obviously a very bad thing, and, like, the people around me have agreed with a lot of things that I've said, because they're all, and it just sucks. It sucks when I hear arguments for it, and I can't help but just be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it sucks to think that about someone who you always assumed was just a smart person. You know what I mean? It really sucks that this, which is like what I would consider like one of the worst things that's happening right now in time. It sucks that this is what divides opinions with people around me. When so many things have always kept... Because I surround myself with people who follow the same ideals as me. Always have and always will. I'm never going to be around someone who has different ideals. And I'm not the kind of person who thinks that, you know, politics shouldn't define a friendship. I don't think that at all. I think that your politics and your beliefs and your ideals say everything about you. And if you have some that are just blatantly against what I believe, we're not going to be close. We're not going to be friends. We're not going to get along. Because it just it says everything about you. And I know people don't think that, but it's completely the truth, you know? And anyone who says otherwise and they, like, claim to be left or a Democrat or a liberal or anything like that, but they're still friends with people who are like Trump supporters and Republicans, and not even Republicans. It's not even like the political parties anymore. It's like what do you put your time and effort into, and what are you following? What are you actively keeping in office? That's what do you care about as a person? That's what says everything about you. And people who claim to care about all the right things and are still friends with people who aren't, who don't follow the right things. I say right because I totally believe that I'm in the right. I don't care. You can argue, you can debate. I'm over that part in my life. I can't do it anymore. I have no time. I have no brain power to respect anyone who I can't even. But yeah, no, anyone who's friends with people like that, it's just like you obviously don't have a backbone, you don't have morals, and you don't actually care about what you say you care about. And that's what this AI thing is all over again. It's you can acknowledge it and you can say that yeah, it's a bad thing, but if that acknowledgement ends with a but it's really helpful or it saves a lot of time, then it's just like immediately your acknowledgement is gone and I just see you on the other side with everyone else. I just see you with the group of people who I don't see as very smart, who I don't respect entirely. And it sucks. But that's just the way I think. And I've been told that I'm very I have a lot of thoughts that are very extreme. But that's just the kind of person I am, so sucks. But yeah, I'm gonna end this now because it's late and I think the puppy wants to go to sleep. So